There's a lot of nuance when it comes to quarterback contracts. The demand is so much higher than the supply that it creates a class of one percenters in the NFL. There are some that are worth it, the Rodgers, Mahomeses, and Allens of the world. I don't know why those are plural. And there's others that capitalized on a system that's built to over-reward mediocre passers. With that in mind, the QB position is ripe for buyer's remorse. The most overpaid QBs in the NFL is coming up right after this. Real quick, I want to tell everyone about my coffee. Yes, this is my actual coffee, Benchwarmer Brew, the 5 Points blend. It's made from ethically sourced Arabica beans and is absolutely delicious. Seriously, ask anyone who's tried it. Right now I'm running a special promotion, 15% off the 5 Points blend. Just go to benchwarmerbrew.com or from the link below and use the code 5points spelled out for 15% off. Again, that's benchwarmerbrew.com, code 5points spelled out for 15% off. Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo might be the most handsome, but he isn't a top-paid quarterback in the league. After receiving a 3-year deal worth $72.5 million from the Raiders, he's just the 17th highest-paid signal caller, proving that for once, looks don't matter. It's not that Garoppolo isn't experienced or even accomplished, it's that he needs to be sending a massive gift basket to Kyle Shanahan for helping him earn that overpriced deal. Oh, and don't expect a similar result after the Josh McDaniels experience in Vegas. Garoppolo goes from the most quarterback-friendly situation to an environment where quarterbacks are treated like second-class citizens, literally. Shanahan created a situation where Garoppolo could rely on a potent running game and find quick, schemed open receivers that made a quarterback's life very easy. And even then, he was still outplayed by literally the last guy picked in the draft. Since the start of 2018, when Garoppolo became the starter in San Francisco, he's played just 50 out of a possible 85 regular season games. And sure, the one season he played every game, the 49ers made it to the Super Bowl. But Shanahan tried to desperately hide Garoppolo in that postseason, and it worked until they got in a dogfight with the Chiefs and Jimmy G threw 3 picks, including one with his eyes shut. Now, he only sees dollar signs, but Garoppolo's deal, modest as it is a big overpay for an aging quarterback that doesn't come with the head coach that made him effective. He still is handsome though. Kyler Murray. In terms of dollars per inch, Kyler Murray is the most expensive player in NFL history. In terms of sheer ducats, he's the 3rd highest paid quarterback and therefore the 3rd highest paid player in the NFL. Who knows how good Murray could be if he put down the controller and picked up the playbook, but as for now, he parlayed a single playoff appearance in year 3 into a $230 million payday, a $46.1 million per year figure that's a cool mil higher than bath bomb guy Patrick Mahomes. And once he got paid, Murray's numbers took a major dip across the board. Winning just 3 of his 11 starts in Arizona, the former Heisman winner's passer rating dipped 13 points, while his yards per attempt cratered to a measly 6.1 yards per pass. Sure, Murray missed 6 games with a torn ACL, but you certainly can't predict non-contact injuries. The problem is that even when he was on the field, he was a shell of his previous self, showing major regression from his 2 Pro Bowl seasons in 2020 and 2021. The Cardinals weren't wrong to extend Kyler, although it's always a bad sign when you have to propose and then retract a study clause to a player you intend to pay $250 million. Murray will also miss a good chunk of next season rehabbing his injury, so the Cards will be on the short end of the stick of his massive deal. Daniel Jones. Before 2022, Daniel Jones was, for lack of a better word, a bust. The Giants had reached in the draft, spending the 6th overall pick on the lanky Duke quarterback in 2019, feeling they had identified their heir apparent to the unflappable Eli Manning. Jones' rookie season, while he only won 3 games, suggested that the Giants might have found their guy. 24 touchdowns, 233 passing yards a game, and a league-leading 19 fumbles. Pretty much like early Eli Manning. Following the switch from Pat Shurmur to Joe Judge, Jones seriously regressed. He played in 25 of a possible 33 games from 2020 to 2021, not exactly lighting up the stat sheet when he was on the field. The Giants declined his fifth-year option, and it appeared they would move on after his rookie contract. In 2022, everything changed. Brian Daboll was brought in, one of the quarterback whisperers responsible for the metamorphosis of Josh Allen. Jones, too, became a beneficiary of Daboll's bald-headed genius, cutting his interception rate in half and turning the ball over just 11 times in 17 games, including a mere 5 interceptions. In a wildcard victory at Minnesota, Jones exhibited his best self, and despite a humiliating loss a week later, the fourth-year QB had delivered a playoff victory to close out a contract year, something Kyler Murray has not done. After allegedly anchoring his demands at $48 million per year, which I think is bullshit, Jones eventually signed a 4-year, $160 million deal to remain a Giant. Jones' $40 million a year beat out Geno Smith, whose Pro Bowl campaign in 2022 earned him just $35 million per year. Yeah, the word just should never precede the number 35 million. But here we are. The deal has a 2-year out, and everyone but me and my fellow Giants fans would call the deal a massive overpay. Jones leveraged the Giants' lack of a backup plan and his chemistry with Daboll into a payday. One he should be sharing with the bald man, and I'm not talking about me. Russell Wilson. There's not much to say about Russell Wilson that hasn't already been said. He's cornier than a 5th grader's shit in Iowa. He's inauthentic, and his Subway commercial is the only thing I see when I close my eyes at night.
Be careful though, it's spicy.
But there's only one thing that matters. He was really bad at football in 2022. It's not only bad that the Broncos gave up multiple first-round picks and solid players, not Drew Lock, to bring Russ to Denver, but they also inked him to a $245 million deal before he ever took a snap in the Mile High City, with the notable caveat that he had to deal with Nathaniel Hackett as his head coach for 15 games. Russell Wilson was a shadow of himself last year, posting a career low in touchdowns, quarterback rating, and completion percentage. Oh, and if you haven't heard, yeah, he has 12 bathrooms in his house for all those corn-filled dumps. Wilson is the second highest paid player in all of football, behind just Aaron Rodgers, but in terms of starting quarterbacks, he was in the bottom 10 last year, if not worse. The Broncos committed picks and Walmart bucks to Wilson just as he began to lose his legendary quickness. Of course, Wilson has the ability to rebound under Sean Payton. The level of dysfunction in Denver last year was the stuff of soon-to-be-written books, so it's fair to assume he'll get better. DeSean Watson. DeSean Watson was accused of misconduct or sexual assault by an entire football team of women. Despite knowing this, the Cleveland Browns gave him a contract worth $230 million with every penny guaranteed. I could spend the entire video talking about the ethical and moral implications of dropping that much cash on a serial Blex offender. It's like if Netflix gave Bill Cosby a record-breaking deal for a new hour-long special. The Browns are reprehensible for trading and extending Watson, as are other teams that tried to do the same. We didn't forget about you, Falcons. Watson earned, and I use that word very loosely, the largest guaranteed contract in NFL history. And even on a per-year basis, Watson is the 4th highest paid player in the league. The man is living proof that, yes, good things do indeed happen to awful people. I mean, look at Brett Favre's bitch ass. Sure, the Browns can massage the contract to field a competitive team going forward, which they literally just did, but they did a pretty remarkable feat and managed to piss off a bunch of rich guys, aka the other NFL owners. The rest of the NFL is reportedly very angry with the Browns because they reset the quarterback market, persuading other legit quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson to seek out fully guaranteed deals. Though the Cards and Kyler Murray did plenty of damage there too. And if Watson got one, why shouldn't a former MVP and upstanding citizen also be worth a deal that makes no concessions? Watson has turned the NFL on its head and confirmed that very poorly kept secret that they don't care about traditional values, like, I don't know, justice. Oh, did I mention the part where Watson looked like shit last year when he was out there? Yeah. And the sad part is, the field is the only place he can possibly see redemption. In the court of public opinion, however, every penny of his deal is an overpay. Well, I appreciate you watching this video. Please go to benchwarmerbrew.com and buy my coffee. We're running a temporary special on it, 15% off. And yeah, I'm 5 Points Vids, and you made it to the end of this video.